So late last year, a guy named Ron Brisbois, who is the Economic Development Director in Grant County, made an announcement locally that this developer had proposed a $1 billion, 500-acre data center. And since then, very few details have been released, but we were able to go behind the scenes, retrace what happened from when the data center was proposed, and follow it through to today. In the beginning, late last year, there's some excitement and opposition. It became controversial pretty quickly. The developers would come to Grant County, have meetings with Ron Brisbois, other local leaders, met with the State Department of Natural Resources to look at permits that would be required. So there was clear momentum toward developing a more detailed data center proposal, but then it hit a pause. There were no more meetings of the developers who were from out of state, leaving people to wonder what happened to the data center, because it did offer the possibility of an estimated 50 or more permanent jobs, and it would bring in quite a bit of tax revenue. Now we're talking about a small county that doesn't have a lot of revenue to begin with, but the estimate was $5.5 million a year in property taxes, which for smaller school districts could have meant a lot. And at one point it occurred to me to ask him how much did he check into the backgrounds of these developers. Have they done billion-dollar projects of any type before? Have they done any data centers before? And the answer did surprise me. Ron said he did very little due diligence on the developers. The fact that the developers lived out of state, he said, limited his ability to look into their backgrounds. Maybe more importantly is the way he viewed the process is that it wasn't his job to sort of vet the developers, to vet their capabilities, because they weren't asking for a tax break or asking for land, that sort of thing. He viewed his job as welcoming most any development proposal, listening to the developers' needs, and leaving it to them to follow through with a formal proposal. Within days of the announcement late last year that this data center was a possibility for Grant County, local residents started to mobilize. A Facebook page was put together quickly. There were a number of rallies scheduled. Charlie Barron's was invited to one that attracted several hundred people. Once the public opposition started to mount with these public rallies, media coverage, even to the point of some local townships in Grant County approving moratoriums against data centers, that certainly was in play as the developers were looking to proceed in Grant County or not.